are politics of thuggery. They are politics of thuggery. These are thieves. All of them are thieves. And they are fighting because they need to see who is
Whoa,
going to take what
when
and who is
Jerry,
going to share what.
I have to say that those are your views. Of course, you know that there has been chaos at the assembly, but
Do you know how
I'm not
much
sure we
money Nairobi?
have the liberty to use that term on air. But let me ask you, Steve Ogola Wakili. So we see the speaker saying that Jacob Ngwele, of course, has been out because there's a new person, Edward Gichana, who was gazetted as the new clerk. But now that matter is still in court, and the speaker is now appointing the deputy clerk to act and also appointing the deputy speaker to act. Is that within the law? And what should we see in the next few days to weeks or months in restoring normalcy at the county assembly and also resolving the situation that is at the county government?
Yeah, I think Speaker Elachi has acted within the law, because if you look at the County Government Act and the Constitution, especially Article 178 of the Constitution, it says that in the absence of the Speaker, the deputy speaker shall act, even albeit temporarily, until a new speaker is elected. And of course, in the absence of the clerk, the deputy clerk will act. So she's acted within the law. My own observation is as follows. Number one, I think I want to laud Speaker Elachi. I've been one of the people who have supported her term and her tenure at the County Assembly of Nairobi. There have been attempts to remove her from office despite having court orders. And I think I spoke to it severally that we have to respect the sanctity of court orders. At one point, Speaker Elachi was impeached while she was away in Mombasa. And we said procedure for removal of the speaker requires that she must be given an opportunity to be heard. So she went to court, reversed that decision, but MCAs went rogue and did not fully support her because of the fight between the office of the speaker and the office of the governor. So resignation, as a matter of moral and ethical conviction, is something that needs to be commended and we needs to be recognized. What I don't agree with, when the speaker resigns, the speaker does not resign by tendering resignation to the president. I think there's a bit of conflation of issues there. The speaker resigns by tendering the resignation to the governor. Sam, this is another level of government. It's another level of government. The speaker of any county assembly is not answerable to the president of the Republic of Kenya. I know probably what she means is, at the level of election, without the party leader's support, because Jubilee controls the county assembly of Nairobi, she would not have been elected.
Right.
But I think we want all the speakers to know that when you resign, you return your resignation, hoping the governor, because that is the head of that level of government. Otherwise, I think I thank her. She's done a good job at the assembly. Again, Governor Sonko. Governor Sonko should follow suit and resign, because you see, as it is right now, he's not able to function. The functions of the county assembly of Nairobi, of the county government of Nairobi, have been transferred to NMS. NMS is basically running Nairobi County. I think as a moral and ethical concern, it would have been better that Governor Sonko follows the steps of Speaker Elachi, and in the interest of Nairobians, also resign so that we can have a fresh start.
But Wakili, that may not be consistent with the truth, because you know that it's only 4 key functions that was transferred to the Nairobi Metropolitan Service. So the governor still has about 10 functions. They may not be significant in terms of finances allocation. But I want to come to you, Gabriel Muthuma. So now the speaker has left office. Of course, Wakili says that she should not be resigning to the president, but rather to consider what the law provides. But looking at the chaos that has been at City Hall, the Nairobi Metropolitan Service is in place. The County Assembly is yet to pass the budget for the financial year 2020-2021. Of course, they were clear to use up to 50% at the county level. So ultimately, what do you think is that solution? Because it appears that, like Elachi says, that she has been the stumbling block for Governor Sonko. So is that the solution? What must the county do to get its act right?
Well, Sam, let me say, I don't think Elachi's resignation this morning has much to do with what has been going on in City Hall. What she has said, or probably what did not come out very clearly, is that honestly, Elachi has gone through a very tough time under under Governor Mike Sonko, and it's not the first time this is happening. She has told us about the threats on her life and that of her family. That actually is what she was alluding to. And I think her resignation comes at the backdrop of people who resigned before she did, one of them being Deputy Governor Igade, who also left the same way. We have seen very credible, excellent people who worked for Governor Mike Sonko. One of them, the CEC of the former CEC Education, Janet Modoni Ouko, who left. And I would tend to agree with Wakili when he says that the next person we should see online or in line resigning is the governor himself. I think what NMS has come in to do has actually taken critical and key functions that ensures City Hall operates. And I believe that is what has been taken away from Sonko. By the way, the fight that governor has always been bringing through MCAs and other luminaries to City Hall is what Wanjeri is calling a fight for money, a fight for resources. And on this one, she may actually have nipped it in the bud that all we are seeing happening is infighting to control resources. And I think that is what has gone to NMS. Be honest, there has been actually a very serious divide of now who is running City Hall. We are told Mike Sonko is running a parallel, what you would call government. Now, given the fact that he's still the governor, and now the NMS, they are running matters, that have been given to them by the president. So what we do not want to take away, Sam, is the fact that there is indeed confusion at City Hall, but we have to wait and see who will actually end up running this city well. And, management, as you can see it right now, NMS is doing it way much better than Governor Sonko has been able to do. We do not want to live in constant politicking in Nairobi City. Nairobi City is a very important county to be left at the crossroads of Nairobians not understanding what is happening. So for Madam Elachi to have resigned this morning, I think I give kudos to her. I know she has worked under very strenuous conditions. And, for me, I think this is the best thing for her to be able to do. You don't want to keep, this infighting going, on and on and on. So I think and on this one, we need to see what Governor Mike Sonko is going to do.
All right. Okay, Gabriel Muthuma there, of course, giving his views on the situation in Nairobi, where we know that this morning Beatrice Elachi, the Speaker of the Nairobi County Assembly, has tendered in her resignation. Of course, she says that she addresses it to the president, but Wakili Steve Ogolla feels that should not be the procedure. But all the same, she's no longer the Speaker of the Nairobi County Assembly. Instead, John Kamangu, the member of County Assembly for Ruai, will be holding that position in acting capacity until the House resolves how to choose the next speaker. But Beatrice Elachi, they are saying that now she is free to return to her active political involvement, and she says that her target is Dagoretti North constituency, of course, currently under the member of parliament in the name of Simba Arati, who defeated her the election of 2017. But she also says that she feels she has been the biggest stumbling block for Governor Mike Sonko, but now says that now that she's gone, Governor Sonko should focus on God, that she cannot, or rather the governor cannot have everything, and instead he should nurture what he has. The other thing that she says is that she'll be writing a book on the underworld of City Hall. We cannot wait to read it and understand what has been going on at the assembly. But also there's an MCA by the name Anthony Kirago from Waithaka, who says that he is the one who had filed a motion against the speaker. Of course, the speaker has been saying that that motion had not followed procedure, and it would appear that one Jacob Ngwele, the embattled clerk of the Nairobi County Assembly, had served Speaker Elachi with a notice telling her that she should not continue to serve as speaker, but that had also been objected. But now the acting clerk by the name Paulina Kuku, who Speaker Elachi says should continue to serve as the acting clerk rather, until such a time that the matter in court pitting Edward Gichana, who had been named as the clerk of the assembly, and now Ngwele, the former clerk, has gone to court to contest that. So it's a convoluted battle, but we'll wait to see how that resolves. We'll also be waiting to hear from the Nairobi Metropolitan Service that now depends on the county government for allocation of finances, but the assembly is yet to pass a budget that would give the government of Nairobi the liberty to now share the resources with the Nairobi Metropolitan Service. We've been watching Daybreak. Thank you so much, our guest, Gabriel Muthuma, as well as Wanjeri and Deru, and Steve Ogolla for joining the conversation. Of course, we had different agenda, but it has changed towards the end with the resignation of Beatrice Elachi Elachi. We'll be back at 9 o'clock for a news update, and we'll be heavy with the story of Nairobi County. Stay tuned to Citizen TV for the rest of the programming. My name is Sam Gituku.